Hello everyone! The other week I made a video about hobbies and asked if you had any, and it got me thinking, when was the last time that you actually did something for yourself? Not because it's going to get you in someone's good books or make you look good, but purely because you enjoyed doing it. It doesn't matter if you look goofy or nerdy or whatever. You enjoyed doing it, therefore you do it. I'll give you an example. My granddad used to be of the silent generation, right? In that generation, the idea of knitting was considered girly. Even his son ribbed him for knitting himself a jumper. But guess what? When his wife died, guess who had a warm jumper during the winter? When he was feeling cold, guess who could make himself socks or a scarf, you know? And yes, I know traditions and the way people think are very hard to come out of. If you've grown up thinking something's weird, girly, nerdy, whatever, and it isn't now, yes, it can take a very long time to get used to that. However, I genuinely applaud him for being able to do that without shame. He was like, nah man, I just enjoy knitting. I was an odd bod because I never used to understand why we have such things as girl toys and boy toys. Whether you are a girl or a boy, we should all know how to cook. Girl or boy, we should all know how to mend things. Yes, it's nice to have toys that look like you. So yes, boys are more likely to play with male toys and girls are more likely to play with female toys. But when I was little, I liked the idea of getting married and having kids. If you're going to play the game where you get married and have kids, you kind of need to play with both toys. Also, why do we care what people think? I don't give a monkeys. I couldn't care less. I enjoy doing things that are enjoyable to me. And recently I saw a video from Grade A Under A talking about girly drinks versus manly drinks, saying how personally he would like to have a fruit cocktail, but everyone expects him to have whiskey or a beer. Does it make you lose an inch if you have a fruit cocktail? Does it make you grow an extra inch if you have a beer? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Do what you want. Enjoy what you want. Obviously, we don't want you ending up like the Ted Bundys of the world who do things they enjoy at the expense of other people. But if it doesn't hurt anyone and people just think it's weird, why not? For example, cat ladies, depending on how old you are, probably not a good idea. Because if you're young and you've got 10 cats, then you can handle it. If you're 60, 70, 80 even, with 10 cats, you never neuter, then you've got cats everywhere and they're not vaccinated because you can't take them. That's going to cause a problem. So listen, do things that make you happy. Do things that you enjoy. Here were my goals from my childhood. I wanted to be a veterinary surgeon. That's out because I have a fear of blood. I wanted to learn to draw. I still can't do that, but I'm learning. I wanted to be a writer. That's a work in progress. I wanted to learn to knit. I can do that as long as it's a scarf. I wanted to have a colouring book and colour things in and do things like that. We need to go through our childhood. Think of things that you gave up because it was too childish. Even if you collect cuddly toys. Even if you take a cuddly toy with you. You may not want to. You may think that's too uncomfortable. You may think that's too childish. We need to stop caring what people think. We really, really do. Obviously, it depends. I'm not saying we should do things that go against the law. I'm not saying that we should do things that will make people openly uncomfortable, like going out without clothes on. But if you have a hobby that people think is a bit weird, who cares? Does it hurt you? No. Oh, you're a man who likes to knit clothes. Wonderful. Guess what? All the men in my family know how to make clothes. And in fact, I have an aunt. She's a tailor. And she said that if it wasn't for one of her elder brother's dressmaking skills, she would never have been inspired to go into the suit-making business and be where she is today. And here's what I love about my aunt. She makes dresses with huge, deep pockets for women. Probably because she's used to making men's suits, but in general, she puts deep pockets into dresses. Any dresses she ever made for me when I was a kid had huge pockets. I didn't know the struggle of having shallow pockets until, I don't know, I think she got married. And then I grew up and I started getting my own clothes. And then I realised that pockets were non-existent in women's clothing. I don't wear jeans, but I do wear denim skirts. And again, I like the ones that have big pockets. I still don't understand why this is a thing. Why make them shallow? What, because we like handbags? We wouldn't need the handbags if we could put everything in our pockets. Then we wouldn't look like a target and be kidnapped left, right and centre. But then, that's just me. Anyway, listen. The long and the short of this video is we need to do things that we enjoy. Go back to your memories and put in the comments something that you used to do as a child that you don't do anymore because it's not considered grown up, or it was considered too manly or too girly. In fact, I think it's quite unfortunate. We girls can actually get away with playing with more masculine things and doing things that are traditionally masculine than the other way round, I've noticed. I don't see why that's such a thing. For example, if I tried to hold in my feelings, which is normally a masculine thing, that's not so much of an issue. But if a man decides to cry, it's considered girly. If I play and do things that are considered quite masculine, it's considered okay. People will say, oh, she's a tomboy. If men do it, eyebrows raise. I don't think it's fair. But anyway, listen, this isn't supposed to be a long, miserable rant. I have a friend, and he's older, and the thing that I've noticed about older people is that they do things. They have channels on YouTube that are just about anything they like. And I think that's coming back. We care too much about what other people think. Old people and the older generations don't care. That's why my granddad knitted himself a jumper. He didn't care that it was considered traditionally feminine. My friend has a music channel that has any music he wants on it because he likes it. He also has another channel all about Yorkshire. He doesn't care. And some of the older people don't even differentiate. They just put on their channel whatever they want because it makes them happy. And the people who do that tend to be happier. So anyway, listen, let me know what you think. Put in the comments things that you gave up because of social opinion. I was a person who used to enjoy doing rough and tumble, but it was considered not ladylike. I was considered weird as a child for liking dogs because dogs were considered a male thing. The boys liked dogs and women were supposed to like cats when I was little. I don't know if it was just my weird friend group. Oh, and of course, I almost forgot. Dad dancing. Listen, if you want to dance, dance. Dance like the world don't care. If you dance but you feel that you look terrible, who cares? You're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying yourself. Do it. Relax. Enjoy yourself. Dance. Sing. Colour. Do something childish. Do something extremely grown up. Just have fun and stop thinking about what other people think of you. If you're still here, then you're handsome and you're beautiful and well, I'm speechless. I'll let you know next time I see you. Over to the pets. Hello all, this is Sylvie. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more. Hey everyone, my name's Bonjour. If you enjoyed yourself, then give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends. Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and if you had fun, then comment down below and let my mum know what your guilty pleasure is.